Brian, what's up? You dropping that project tomorrow, I see.
Yeah, I'm geeked up about it. It's called A Beautiful Revolution Part 2. Man, the music is inspiring for me. Like, I've been inspired to do music. I've been inspired by listening to music. And so, yeah, this is part 2 to album that I created before part 1, A Beautiful Revolution, that came out last October.
Okay. I wanted to ask what your favorite track is. Like, if you're going to tell people, yo, this is the song right here, like, which one would you tell folks, like, this is my heart right here? Man,
When We Move is one of my favorite songs on the project. It's featuring Black Thought and this artist named Seun Kuti. Now, Seun Kuti is like, Fela Kuti, if y'all familiar with Fela, was like just a king of the Afro beats from Nigeria. Mm-hmm. So this song is like us talking about like how when we as Black people move, we influence the world, we impact the world. And it's like a funk to it. It's a soul to the music of it. And Black Thought he snaps on the verses, and it's just, man, the song just feels great. So the album feels great, you know, like when I was talking about Beautiful Revolution Part 1, I want to say Part 2 is really about, like, I created Part 1 during a time where we were dealing with the political climate and all that had happened with George Floyd being killed and Breonna Taylor and so many others. I really wanted to create that music that was dealing with that anger and that angst and create something that was positive, that was like activism music. Well, this album is more about like the joy of what revolution is and what empowerment is and like what is inspiring when it comes to revolution and self-empowerment. So the music feels good and I'm MCing on it. So I think, you know, that's one of my favorites because that song like accentuates that.
One of my favorite joints from Part 1 was the and I probably listened. There was like a week or two where I listened to this record like multiple times a day. With that Don't Forget Who You Are joint.
Oh, well,
on Part 1 was like my jam, dog. Like I really love that record. So like just if understanding that you're kind of continuing the story of that, like I'm really looking forward to hearing some more of what's going to be on this joint. I heard the Imagine joint though.
Yeah. Give thanks. Yo, first of all, thank you for saying that. And it is a continuation of like the energy of like, man, what is like music is so uplifting. Music like does so much like for us. Like I know for me, I was sitting during the pandemic and it was like music that was like getting my spirit in a good place. And I used it in the mornings, you know, like after I read my scriptures and do my own prayers, like I play music and I wanted like the Part 1, that song, Don't Forget Who You Are, and what A Beautiful Revolution Part 2 to be that music, like that people will be like, oh man, I gotta play this, I wanna feel good, like this is what it is. And that Imagine song it's a feel good song, man. It's like, we replayed this sample, this record called Imaginary Playmates by Renee and Angela. It's
Renee and Angela, yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know that Imaginary Playmates, that joint, yeah. So that and you know, just the energy of that music feel good. So I freestyle to the songs like while we creating it, like, you know, because all this music is live. So while we creating it, like while we coming up with it, it's kind of like a James Brown type of thing where we coming up with it. I was freestyling about imagine this, imagine that. And I really was doing that because I was thinking, man, so many times in conversations, I know people have been talking about all the things that are not going good. And I was like, man, what if we were speaking about things that we want to see and how we can create a better world for ourselves and for people around us and the world in general. So I just, you know, came up with that concept of Imagine This. And that became the first single. And yeah.
Okay, so Imagine This is a song you're going to be premiering tonight, because I knew you're going to be on the Tonight Show with the Roots, you feel me? And, you know, you about to go ahead and give us a little sneak peek before that album drop tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So on Fallon tonight, we performing the song When We Move, which is featuring Black Thought. Yeah, so, man, we going to light that joint up. It's like that, I'm telling you, man, like the performance we got, is dope. And we gonna even have our brother Seun Kuti coming from Nigeria broadcasting with some part of the performance. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's dope. Yo, where Tiffany at? She back there? What's going on?
Tiffany just left, to be honest. She just left. She got things to do. She was like, look, I gotta go. But
good luck, baby. Have a good day. That's dope.
She doing great. She got a movie coming out tomorrow, and man, she just doing incredible things, man. She's like good people.
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing you on one of me and my daughter and I's favorite shows is Never Have I Ever, because she's growing up and it's this weird time and it's a little risque, but we love to see you pop up on that thing and making out with the main character's mama. I was like,
oh, with Davy's mom. With Davy's mama. Look.
Exactly. Yo, I ain't gonna front. I had a lot of fun doing that show. I never would have known I would like that show. I know you was like, that's your daughter's show. I was watching the show before I got on it, and it's like a teenage story. Yeah. But I was like, it's something about it. It got hard. It's funny.
It does.
Like the fact that they even got John McEnroe as doing the voiceover.
Right.
Like when you come with that concept. But I just think Mindy Kaling is like really the creator of the show. She's the executive producer. She's just creative anyway, and she's funny. And man, I was, when they asked me to be on it, I was geeked. I was like, yo, yeah, I want to do it. And hopefully my character will come back, with some more love scenes,
I mean, it was a highlight for me, parents, we like, I know she's going to start making out with this doctor because he's too fine. So that's going to happen.
Thanks, y'all. They were, when I met with them, they were like, to be on the show, they were like, yo, so we want your character, to develop, but you're going to be the romantic interest. I was like, cool, I'm with it. And they was kind of comparing them to, I never watched Sex and the City, but they was comparing him to some guy named Mr. Biggs on Sex and the City.
Yeah, I could see that.
I was like, cool, meaning he might reoccur in her life at some point, but, he's a love interest. So it was fun to be, this doctor and talk, I was talking a little crazy to her, but then things got romantic.
That's how sometimes it starts. That's dope. So you got more acting things to do, though, because I know they're going to do season 3, so I'm sure they're going to hit you about that if they haven't already. But what else is coming up?
Oh yeah, for sure. I also acted in this film called Alice. It's an independent movie that Keke Palmer and I starred in, and man, it's a real dope story to it. But we just got to score that movie too, which is the first time I've been able to score a movie. So that'll be out like at some point next year. I'm also doing an Apple TV show that's dealing in this post-apocalyptic world that I'm gonna be going to film in London in a couple of weeks. So, but right now, this has been one of the best times for me because I've been able to like really focus on creating music and putting out music and not be doing a lot of other things. And that's what I think you could feel in the album is in these albums is like a focus and an energy and a love for music.
I always tell a story about like you being in the Bay. There's been a couple instances where we've been like around kind of the same thing in the Bay. I remember one day you hopped in the audience, you lost your shoe. Somebody came later on with the shoe in the audience.
You remember that? I thought I think you too young to even know. That was like
that was years ago. But then there was another time where you came to the radio station. We were like hanging out with Big Von and you like ended up being like, oh yeah, I'm about to just go out with y'all. And I remember like I was like, yo, this was like movie Common that had been in the game for years and just was like, I don't need no security, man. I'm about to just come out and hang out, like wherever y'all going, we going. And I just remember like having that like concept of just understanding that people love you because you're so authentic, whether it be through the movies or the music or all of that. So I just wanted to give you those roses right now.
Give thanks. I gotta, first to say like the Bay Area honestly has been one of my favorite places to perform and just to come to. It's like, I always thought of it as like when some of my first shows there, like I was getting received well. And it's a, when you first starting off, like you like, it's hard, man. Like I performed where cats threw pennies at me. Like, I opened up a KRS and cats threw pennies at me. And like, I've been in places that cats just been disrespectful. you know, I'll be ready to box, man. I ain't I ain't just no goofy or nothing.
Yeah, man, I'm from Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. But so it's like so to come out and get received out DNA. I used to love performing at this place called DNA in Maritime Hall out. And that's where my shoe got taken with the Roots at that thing. But man, I gotta say the Bay Area is love, man. Like the whole Bay and low key, I was you know, a big Warriors fan because I love Steph and Clay, and I love their game. And Draymond, I actually just saw Draymond at Dame Lillard's wedding. Shout out to Dame Lillard, he's from the Bay, and me and
Brookfield, yeah,
he from Brookfield, yo, and his whole family. Shout out to his whole family. They embraced me so much at the wedding, and me and Snoop performed, and it was just an incredible time. So I was just giving love to the Bay. I got to give it up. And yeah, man, I'm glad we hung out and kicked it, man. You know, to me, no matter if a person is an artist or movies or even a big athlete, like we people, man, ain't nobody better than nobody else. You know, you might be more talented than me in this area.
Right.
Yeah, you might got more hoop game than me, but that don't make a person better. You know, and most people ain't got better hoop game than me because I got hoop game.
Easy.
Look, he making the claims already, man. Well, hopefully we can get you back out here soon, you know.
Yeah.
You're getting back out doing these performances and stuff. We know you got the new record dropping, man. And, you know, hopefully that'll get you another Grammy. You got some more work coming out. Hopefully that, you know, that Davey will get you another Emmy, you know.
Yeah.
Just keep on building on the platform, my brother. We appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me and much love.